deep in the heart of the Amazon headquarters campus. In the mysterious and congested Denny Triangle lies a botanical oasis that few have witnessed. When you can't escape to the jungle, Bezos brings the jungle to you.
These biomimetic bubbles of biotic bliss in downtown Seattle are known simply as the spheres. This 4-story urban biosphere, or should I say triosphere, is located on Lenora Street between 6th and 7th Avenues under Amazon's Day 1 building. It fills half a city block and it transports visitors to the remotest corners of the natural world. Most of the time, the spheres serve as an employee lounge and workplace for Amazon workers, but on rare occasions, the public are allowed to enjoy it as well. In this video, we'll take you inside this biophilic gem from bottom to top, and we'll show you exactly how you can get in too. Construction on the spheres began in 2000. Oh, will you just look at all that parking space? Can we just take a moment to... As I was saying, construction on the spheres began in 2015, but many of the flora that call it home were planted as early as 2014 to be ready in time for its grand opening in 2018. Unlike more familiar geodesic spheres, such as Spaceship Earth in Walt Disney World's Epcot, the fractal curves of the spheres are built upon a pentagonal hexacontrahedron frame to resemble the natural geometry of the organisms within. Universities and conservatories around the world have donated seeds for over 40,000 rare plants from more than 50 countries to grow here. Many exotic species preserved here are extinct in the wild. Others you'll be more familiar with, if only by their flavor. The spheres are open weekdays from 9 to 5:30 and are accessible to all badged Amazon employees and up to 6 of their guests. If you don't personally know an Amazon employee, the spheres are open to the public on the first and third Saturday of each month. Reservations are required. Tickets are free, but are only offered during a short window of time and they go fast. Registration opens up 15 days in advance, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time, and slots continue to open on a rolling basis every 15 minutes until 5 o'clock p.m. To book your trip, go to www.seattlespheres.com 3 Fridays before you want to go, at the time of day that you want to go, and click Visit, The Spheres, and book a visit. When we booked our tickets, the early morning appointments were taken quickly, but later in the day the morning slots opened up again as people dropped them, presumably when they secured the times they actually wanted later in the day. As with any place in Seattle, parking is extremely limited, but parking can be found in garages on 7th Avenue or on neighboring streets. Public transit or rideshare is a good idea. Plan ahead how you'll get there and give yourself plenty of time to find parking if you need it. The visitor's entrance is near 7th Avenue, opposite Lenora. Visitors will have to pass through a simple security screening, but once inside, you'll be immediately greeted with a glimpse of the vast and lush interior. Each level is accessed by stairs, but there are also elevators. After that very pleasant basalt waterfall, the first feature you'll notice is this 4-story living wall. This vertical garden hosts 25,000 plants across more than 3,000 square feet and has its own irrigation system and microclimates. Over 200 species are represented, including rare carnivorous plants from Asia. This exhibit stretches up through the entire stairwell shaft, allowing you to view it in its entirety from any floor. But at this level, you can get up close to them and utter profound remarks like that these are real plants. On this level, towards 7th Avenue, you can walk among the understory of the New World Garden, featuring bromeliads, heliconia, and other exotic specimens from North, Central, and South America. This mountain chocolate plant was the very first plant logged in the Sphere's plant collection. Although one can make a chocolatey drink from the fruit of this tree, this isn't where your Ghirardelli comes from. But this is. The centerpiece of this exhibit is a 50-foot-tall rusty leaf fig, or Ficus rubiginosa, affectionately nicknamed Ruby. Native to Eastern Australia, this tree was seeded in 1969 on a plantation in California before being transplanted with a crane through the roof in 2017. Throughout the spheres, large and small aquariums display flora and fauna from various tropical aquatic habitats around the world. On the next level, crossing towards 6th Avenue transports you across the ocean to the Old World Garden. Here you are immersed among the foliage of plants from Asia, Africa, and Europe. If you would ever like to know anything about the plants or the structure, you can usually find helpful Amazon employees stationed throughout to answer your questions.
I don't know if you have any questions.
I was just wondering, is there a best time of year to see things flowering, or is it pretty...
I love that question. I would say, so things here don't have a pollinator, so they'll continue to make flowers to get a pollinator, like throughout the year.
Most of them are tropical. So
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
Really like summer, winter.
Exactly. I would say my favorite time to come here is like February when it's really bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for like the picking up.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
On the 3rd floor, you can return to the 7th Avenue side to wander through the canopy of the New World Garden on this wraparound walkway. Imagine having your team meetings up here. You can also start to get some stunning views of Seattle skyline through the Sphere's intricate architecture. If you've ever been in a conservatory or greenhouse before, at this point in your tour, you may be wondering why it isn't oppressively hot and humid inside the spheres. The spheres are covered in 2,643 panes of ultra-clear glass that reflect infrared light, preventing heat buildup, while still letting in the light plants need for photosynthesis. During cooler months, waste heat from a nearby data center is piped into the floors and railings. But tropical plants still need warmth and humidity, so how does Amazon keep them happy without turning the space into a sauna? The answer is pretty clever. The spheres stay comfortable for humans during the day, then at night they lower the temperature and raise the humidity to mimic the plant's natural circadian rhythms. It turns out that this temperature and humidity fluctuation is more important than being hot. Our last stop is the top floor of the spheres. Get a quick selfie in front of the iconic Spheres logo set in yet another living wall and take in more of the skyline. Then grab a recliner in the sunroom lounge over the Old World Garden and reflect on what you have seen before beginning the trek back down to the exit. I'm sure many productive meetings have taken place here. Yep. Well, here are a few other things to consider when planning your trip to the spheres. There is nowhere to check or hang a coat or purse. As I said before, the temperature is comfortable year-round, so dress and pack light. Also, any bags you bring must be 12 by 12 inches or less. Pets are not permitted in the spheres, but service animals are allowed. Personal photography is allowed and even encouraged, but please refrain from using flash and don't bring tripods or other large photography equipment. Visits are limited to 1 hour. We didn't see anybody enforcing this, but all the same, keep your visit short out of consideration for current and later visitors. Group sizes are strictly limited to 4 individuals, and this includes children. Our group was able to call ahead and add a toddler, but your experience may vary. If you expect more than 4 in your party, you will need to book multiple time slots. The spheres are open to all ages. However, anyone under 18 must be accompanied by an adult at all times. Some adults will also require adult supervision.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch.
Outside food or alcohol is prohibited, but there are plenty of restaurants nearby, including Wilmot's Ghost, a casual, upscale Italian restaurant built into the base of the spheres that shares its architecture and decor. We'll review it on this channel soon, so subscribe to be notified of that video and more. We hope you've enjoyed experiencing the spheres vicariously. Of course, nothing beats the real thing, so we hope you will plan your own trip soon. Let us know in the comments if you've been to the spheres or when you plan to go. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Traveling Days.